So, welcome back. Let's have a look in the greenhouse. If you can remember 2 weeks back, we sowed out various seeds for autumn and winter. And then let's have a look and see how they're doing. So, plenty of radishes there. Not as many spring onions. Bok choy, absolutely tons of bok choy, so we can thin them out and get them into some small pots. On this side, we've also got radishes. We've got runner beans, or dwarf French beans I should say. So there's one giant one there, and all the others are just about peeping through. And these are all Swedes. So without further ado, I'll show you how I thin them out and pot them up. So I'm going to start off with the beetroots here and just show you what I do. So basically I just prise them out, be careful. There's 3 there came out in the one. Get a pot, put my compost in. Put a little, I'll use that end skinnier. Put a little hole in, prise them over here separately. Just be careful with them. Pull them over here, drop it in, push it in the hole, and just pack it down. Give it a bit of water. Kill it with the water. That would be the first step. Pick it up, nice and light. I'm using these dabbers, use the skinny end, just put a hole in, drop the beetroot in, gently pack it around, and give it some water. Next one's the radishes here. Bit of compost. Prise them up first. Just give them a hand out. Look, they come out and loosen them up. Bring them apart. Radishes, you can plant them in 2s. So use a slightly bigger end of the dabber. Push them in. The truth be told, you can plant them in 3s and 4s. It just depends what you want to do. Hold them up so the water doesn't plant them straight down. There's only one there, so what I'll do is, this one's on a tool in this one. So pull that up, push it through the hole in the bottom. Go. Put these 2 together. Yeah, again, at the end of the dabber, just make a little bit of a hole. Pick your 2 radishes up, put them in that hole, get in, a little bit of water. Next here we've got some dwarf French beans. Not all of them have germinated, so I'm just going to take it out. Be careful, push it through the hole in the bottom. Just so you're aware, these ones have got holes across the bottom, so it helps you get the young seedlings out. So take another pot, fill it with compost. So these are a bit bigger, so we'll take the bigger end. Get your dwarf French bean and push it in. It's just started to shoot up that one. Now it's in a bigger pot. It'll absolutely spring to life. This one here is, well, there's 2 here. So 2 pots. I'm going to keep these separate. So yeah, again, just gently tie, pull them apart, Don't be too scared, they're not gonna snap. But obviously, you just ride them, but they will snap. I've done that, unfortunately. So, drop it in. You can even use the stick to push it in, or the dobber, whatever you want to call it. You don't need a dobber. A pen, no pen, anything. Back of a wooden spoon, anything that makes a hole. Just stick your finger in if you want. Right, cool. There it is. So the roots are inside. Water. So these ones here, these are the Swedes. I've never grown this variety before. It's called Swede Marianne. Whoa, 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 good times. Sounds like a song. Right. There's my dobber. Just put a hole in. Oh, no, I want a big end. The thin end for this. Pick up your Swede. I'm just going to do one per pot. Push it down with it. Pack it in. Give it a bit of water. Another one now already done, so we'll butterfly. Pack it in. And obviously these are all for autumn, winter. So I keep them in the pots for a while, or this size pot for a while. I might even put them up into a bigger pot, so they're a bit further on. One last Swede for now, and then we'll move on to the next tray. Pack it in. Just don't be scared, because you do think you're going to snap them, and you will snap some, but don't worry about it. That's why you probably sow more than you need. And not all of them will germinate, because you can see I've got empty spaces on some of the trays. So moving on to the second tray there. So 2 weeks ago, 10 flies. The first ones I'm going to thin out and pot up are the radishes. These are Chinese radishes. Yet again, I'll plant them in tubes. And you don't have to pot everything up. You can put a lot of these straight into the ground, and I will be putting some of them straight into the ground, but for this video I'm just showing you how I thin them out and pot them up in the different varieties. That way, sowed only a couple of weeks back. I'm going to put 3 in this one, because I've got 3 left in there, so not a problem. These are radishes. They could grow in clusters. You can grow them individually. They might grow slightly bigger, but I'm not really bothered if some of them are bigger than others. Take that one out. The water. Next one here is spring onions. For some reason these haven't really germinated very well. Spring onions are usually, you can just throw them in the ground and they'll pop up, but not to worry, still got quite a few. How many have I got there? 3, I'll do them in 2s. Same again, just push around. And do another spring onion. I've got one there. There's a one or two on. And this one. Little solo. So let's put all in. Grab the two. Drop them in. Just get the roots to go down gently, but don't worry. It's stronger than what you think. And push it down. Last but not least is pak choy. I don't always grow this, but I thought I'd bring it back this year. I don't know if there's there any sort of favourites that you grow every year, or your family likes to eat, or just stuff you like to grow and see what it looks like. Give it a try. Pak choy, I'm going to do them singly. They do grow a little bit bigger. I like this one in stir fry. That's my favourite. It's germinated really well, so I'll have a big crop in the winter or the autumn, depending on weather, I suppose. So that's everything potted up now, and then I'll put the rest in the ground. So I'm not going to pot everything up, you don't need to. It's just me, the way I do it, so it's up to you whether you want to plant straight away or pot up. But that's the dwarf green beans, beetroot, the black radishes, the Chinese radishes, the Swede Marianne, spring onions, and the pak choy. Let's have a wander down the greenhouse and see what's happening. That's them all in the pots in the greenhouse floor. So we'll watch them over the next couple of weeks. And then when I start taking things out of the garden, I'm going to pop those in. I was going to, I'll do this for another video, but what you need to do is you see these. Pick it out, gives room for the other ones to grow, and those ones that are green and tiny aren't going to change now, so get rid of them. It's a bit like when you've got a truss of tomatoes and you've got some really small ones on the end. See these ones on the end? Just get rid. Get rid. Obviously they're all ripening at different speeds. And I've still got some way to go yet before I start picking them and trying to make wine out of them. Plenty tomatoes. Tap. Gonna tap your tomatoes, just help them along. Everything's fed with drip water at the bottom. So in each grow bag there's 3 drip feeders, all fed by that central line there, which goes all the way down, connects here, and then connects to the box, which I followed it outside. Cables connects to the solar panel. aerates it, so it doesn't need any batteries, and the other is the pump which goes into the tank. Like I say, it's got quite a big tank. Probably nearly the height of the greenhouse. And the cabbage white butterflies are still trying to get in. Good luck to you. You've still got to check the leaves that touch it. You see the leaves that touch it? There's eggs on it, so get rid of them. No chance. There's one trapped in the netting. There you go, get out. And then there's the sweetcorns. So the silks are starting to go brown, which means they're pollinated. Actual husks are starting to thicken out a bit, as you can see there. But still, I need to go. Oh well. I hope everyone enjoyed that. It's obviously be great if you can like and subscribe. And look forward to showing you some more in the next video. Let's grow together, why not? Cheers everyone.